Oman is the second largest country in the Arabian Peninsula after Saudi Arabia. Now, I could spend the entire episode in the capital city, Muscat, but I've arranged two very special day trips. I left the hotel this morning around 6 o'clock for the 2-hour drive to the historic city of Nizwa. Last time I visited Nizwa, it was looking tired. But now it was rather inviting. At the Nizwa fort, I met with one of the country's top guides, Issa Sultan Al-Ismaili. Issa, it's been a 2-hour drive from the palace to Nizwa. Now, the last time I was here, I'd say about 5 or 6 years ago. Now, one thing I've noticed about Oman is that there's so much going on, so much building, so much infrastructure improvement. Give me a brief of what's been going on here.
Well, beside the history of Oman that traces back to thousands of years, Oman, the whole what you see in Oman today is all been built since 1970, basically, when His Majesty the Sultan have taken power. Before 1970, there were only 2 schools across the country, no secondary school, only primary. There were only 2 hospitals, and there were a total of only 10 kilometers of paved roads. So as you can imagine, what you see, feel, touch in Oman, from the thousands of schools, health services, hotels, museums, infrastructure, it's all been built in the last 43 years. Yeah.
I've come to Nizwa. This is a very significant city within Oman. Tell me a bit about Nizwa.
It's the heart of Oman. It's a historical city, as you mentioned. The city was the capital of Oman in the 6th and the 7th century. It's not far away from Muscat, only 160 kilometers from Muscat. And of course, it was the home or the center of education, art, Islamic studies and trade in the 6th and 7th century.
So we're in this fort. Now, this fort is, I suppose, the epicenter of Nizwa. Tell me a bit about the fort. Tell me the history of this fort.
The Nizwa fort was built in the 1650s, basically, and it took around 12 years to build. The height of this tower, the main part of the fort is this tower, basically, which it comes to a height of almost 30 meters. But what's interesting as well, that the foundation of the fort as well goes deep as 30 meters, which makes it as well a strong structure as a protection area for defense. The overall tower has a total of 24 cannon holes or cannon windows, and the purpose or the objective that the fort or Omanis in the past built forts and castles was to have the administration office or the administration authority of the imam, basically, or the ruler of that city, and at the same time as a defensive system.
Now, apart from the fort, what else is there to do here in Nizwa?
Today, Nizwa plays a very important role in the tourism industry of Oman in terms of the surroundings of it. So you've got a number of forts, castles, you've got the Falaj system, which is the ancient Omani irrigation system, and then as well the markets that you've got in Nizwa, the souk, the market, the traditional markets, as well as visiting it on a Friday is quite interesting, so you can witness the cattle and goat market, basically, which is something very interesting.
Okay, I love that you can hear the noises, the beeping. This is where I am. I'm in downtown Oman. I'm loving being here. Now, hopefully I'll see you later in the week.
Hopefully.
But thank you for spending the time to tell me all about this lovely city and indeed the fort. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.